Did you know the U.S. has just deployed 2 nuclear submarines right towards Russia? Each of these submarines carries nuclear missiles capable of hitting any part of Russia within minutes. The U.S. has warned that if Russia doesn't agree to a ceasefire with Ukraine before August 8th, they will face heavy sanctions and trade route blockades. And if Russia still refuses to back down, the U.S. has hinted at possible military retaliation. Russia has given a clear response. If there's any kind of attack on Russian soil, they warned the world, we are not Iran or Israel. We will activate our Dead Hand system. Dead Hand is Russia's automated nuclear retaliation system. If a nuclear attack destroys Russia's leadership, this system activates on its own. Without human control, it will launch a full-scale nuclear strike on the US and NATO, setting off a doomsday that no one can stop. Russia has also warned the US, stating it could supply nuclear weapons to Iran, a move that would erase America's presence in the Middle East. Multiple defense sources also report that Russia has deployed its nuclear submarines. These are stealth submarines designed to stay undetectable. Do you believe Donald Trump truly deserves the Nobel Peace Prize? Or is he pushing the world closer to another war? Did you know
America is standing on the razor's edge of World War III, and yesterday Russia proved it. Putin just warned that any Western soldier stepping foot in Ukraine is now a legitimate target. NATO capitals Paris, Berlin, even Warsaw are suddenly in the crosshairs of Russian missile systems. And while Europe promises troops and guarantees, Putin is calling it a declaration of war. But here's the
Pentagon, Trump just gave the Pentagon the green light, and this time the target is Russia. For months, top U.S. generals have warned that Putin's military is stretched thin. Ukraine has exhausted Russia's ammunition lines. Internal dissent is growing, and now for the first time, Washington sees an opportunity to strike back. Sources close to Trump say he's tired of waiting. After a series of cyber attacks hit U.S. infrastructure last
Breaking, Vladimir Putin just answered Trump's submarine threat by calling in China. Today, Russia and China launched joint military drills in the Sea of Japan, simulated combat operations, live fire exercises, and one clear message: we're watching you too. It started with a digital clash. Trump publicly confirmed that 2 U.S. Navy nuclear submarines are moving closer to Russia. That statement followed an online spat with former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, who warned the U.S. could face direct consequences. Now Moscow and Beijing are pushing back. Their joint drills today showcased aircraft, destroyers, and coordinated missile tracking, a quiet but strategic show of force. Military analysts say this is more than theater, it's a signal. If the U.S. escalates, Russia won't stand alone. Trump's team says the subs are for deterrence, but critics warn this could provoke a dangerous response. So here's the question: are we watching a power display or the early moves of something far more serious? Drop your thoughts below. This story isn't cooling down. Breaking.
We were a little bit threatened by Russia recently, and I sent a submarine, nuclear submarine, the most lethal weapon ever made. Number one, you can't detect it. There's no way. We're 25 years.
breaking news. Putin responds to U.S. nuclear threat. With deadliest missile, Putin is not playing games with the United States after the U.S. deployed 2 nuclear-capable submarines near Russian waters. Each capable of launching devastating strikes, Putin has issued a chilling response. Russia has now officially deployed its most lethal weapon, the Urchenik missile. For those unfamiliar, the Urchenik is no ordinary missile. It's a nuclear monster, far more advanced than the American Tomahawk. Each Urchenik missile carries 12 nuclear warheads, and when it detonates, the temperature is reportedly 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun, enough to vaporize anything in its path. Putin made it clear, if the U.S. launches 1 nuclear weapon, Russia will answer with 12. And it doesn't stop there. Russia has already ramped up mass production of the 9K-720 Iskander missile, and they are now fully deployed on the ground, ready for immediate use. This is a direct message to Washington. Any threat to Russia will be met with overwhelming force. Putin has drawn the line. Russia will not back down.
In conclusion, the Russian president said Russia is ready for war. Victory is the only option, and even nuclear force will be used if required. In conclusion, the Russian president said Russia is ready for war. Victory is the only option, and even nuclear force will be used if required.
Breaking news. Russia has threatened the U.S. and give a last and final warning. Even in today's press conference, Trump told the American people clearly that we are under threats from Russia.
We were a little bit threatened by Russia recently, and I sent a nuclear submarine, the most lethal weapon ever made.
Russia give 4 threats to the U.S. At first, at the UN stage, Russia's foreign minister said any Western or NATO move against Russia borders will face a crushing response. But the main reason why Russia's angry is U.S.-supplied missiles being used by Ukraine. Russia warned that such actions bring America deeper into the war. Now Russia also raised alarms by telling Trump not to even think of attacking Iran, calling it extremely dangerous and full of unpredictable results. Meanwhile, Russian officials remind the world of their nuclear power, saying they hold weapons strong enough to destroy any enemy, even the U.S., if Russia's survival is at stake. And as these words spread, tension grows because every threat sounds like a step closer to a dangerous clash. The question now is simple. Will the U.S. back down, or are we heading toward a moment the world fears most? Breaking news. Russia just flew 4 fighter jets into U.S. airspace over Alaska. This is insane. And here's the crazy part. Russia warned, if NATO shoots down our aircraft, a war will break out with NATO. So, what did the U.S. do when they flew over Alaska? Nothing. Just 2 days ago, the U.S. told NATO to shoot down any Russian jets violating their airspace. And now, Russia went straight for the head of the snake, right into U.S. skies. 4 fighter jets flew into Alaska, deliberately testing to see if America would back up its own words. No shots fired, no retaliation, just an interception. Last week, Russia flew MiG-31s over Estonia and rattled NATO. But this, 4 jets over the U.S. itself, that's on another level. Basically, Russia called America's bluff. And now people are asking, did this expose weakness in U.S. leadership? Is Russia just testing their luck? Or are we inching closer to a direct conflict between NATO and Russia? To be honest, it feels like Russia is testing the West and laughing while they do it. Breaking news.
Breaking news, the world is on the brink. Tonight, the entire planet is holding its breath as the United States stands just one step away from a direct war with Russia. At an emergency NATO meeting, President Trump announced that American troops may soon enter Ukraine to restore order and prevent chaos. But this so-called peace mission could become the spark that ignites World War III. According to senior Pentagon officials, tens of thousands of U.S. troops, stealth fighters, and nuclear defense systems are now secretly deployed across Poland. Breaking news.
America is standing on the razor's edge of World War III, and yesterday Russia proved it. Putin just warned that any Western soldier stepping foot in Ukraine is now a legitimate target. NATO capitals Paris, Berlin, even Warsaw are suddenly in the crosshairs of Russian missile systems. And while Europe promises troops and guarantees, Putin is calling it a declaration of war. But here's the